The mask is now off completely. As America marks the 250th anniversary of its founding, the unholy alliance between Islam and the radical left is becoming very bold. They are publicly proclaiming that they intend to take the United States in a new direction from faith, family, and freedom to socialism, Sharia, and separation. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani personifies this movement. His brand of Islamo-communism now reigns over our nation's financial capital and largest city. And 25 years after 9/11, he's quoting Muhammad and the Quran in Arabic to defend open borders. Watch.
And I consider my own faith, Islam, a religion built upon a narrative of migration. The story of the Hijrah reminds us that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was a stranger too, who fled Mecca and was welcomed in Medina. Surah An-Nahl 1642 tells us, "As for those who immigrated in the cause of Allah after being persecuted, we will surely bless them with a good home in this world." Or as the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Islam began as something strange and will go back to being strange. So glad tidings to the strangers.
Can you imagine being a first responder who ran into the Twin Towers and risked your life on 9/11? Or someone who lost a family member in the deadliest Islamic terror attack in U.S. history, and then now having to watch a Hamas sympathizer running New York City, praising Muhammad and quoting the Quran? By the way, after Muhammad migrated to Medina, he built up his followers and strength and went on to slaughter the Jewish tribes there. Surely Zohran Mamdani knows this. Migrate, not to assimilate, but to dominate. We're seeing it across the Western world, in Europe, Canada, and Australia. And if the left in America has its way, we'll see it here too. Here's Jean Wu, a Democrat member of the Texas State House who was born in China, calling on non-whites in America to rise up and overthrow their white oppressors. Watch.
I always tell people the day the Latino, African American, Asian, and other communities realize that they share the same oppressor is the day we start winning. Because we are the majority in this country now. We have the ability to take over this country and to do what is needed for everyone and to make things fair. But the problem is our communities are divided. They're completely divided.
Folks, again, that's an elected representative in the Texas State House basically calling for a race war because it's all about divide and conquer. It's a strategy both Islam and the left share. Both sides of that alliance want to replace Judeo-Christian Western civilization, which they despise. But a cautionary tale for the left. In partnering with Islamists, you have no idea the forces you are unleashing. During the Iranian Revolution, the Marxists, communists, and socialists all backed the Ayatollah Khomeini. And then, a few months after he took power, he had them all rounded up and executed. Once Islam is in charge, it's not interested in accommodation, and it does not play nice with other religions or ideologies. That's why Islamists are throwing gays off of buildings in places like Afghanistan and Gaza. Here's the good news for you and for me. God is still on the throne. America really is the last line of defense for Western civilization, and while the left wants to undermine that at every turn, under President Trump, America still stands as a shining city on a hill, now more than ever. As we celebrate 250 years as a nation, there are great patriots fighting every day to preserve our way of life. Be sure to watch the full episode of Stackleback Tonight anytime on TBN Plus, and don't miss new episodes airing every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time and 10:30 p.m. Eastern on TBN.